Can I call you mine? So can I call you mine now, darling, for a whole lot of time? My heart finally trusts my mind, and I know somehow it's right. And oh, good time, yeah. Darling, to say you stay by my side. And oh, good love, yeah. Darling, just make a step by my side.
You know what's great about tonight? I'm going to sleep in my own bed. It's not going to be a hotel room, and I won't be alone. Because I got 5 kids, and one of them's going to come in there and go, Dad! Thank you for coming. It's great to see all your faces from all over the world. What a great group. Did you have fun today? So you saw Nutraceutical? What do you think? Yeah? So isn't that cool? I don't know what's going on with my microphone, Nick, but I feel like I'm in the toilet. It sounds like I'm talking on the telephone in the toilet, right? So, was it cool to see how one of the sort of unique selling points of Forever Living is the fact that we're vertically integrated. Do you know what that means? What that means is that we own the plant to the product to you. And I know there's lots of companies in our industry. Of course, there's lots of good companies, and unfortunately, some bad companies. But there's one thing that's unique about Forever is that we invest right back into your future. And what you saw today is just a little piece of that puzzle. And yes, we wholly own that. There's no debt on it. The company owns that, and we produce product. So why do we do that? Why do we need to own the field? Why do we need to own the manufacturing? Why do we need to own the distribution? And why do we need to own I was going to say FDEs, what we call foreign distribution entities, which is the countries, you know, like Forever Living Spain or Forever Living USA. Why do we feel that we need to own that whole process? Well, there's 2 reasons for that. Quality and price. That's why we can control the quality of the product, because if there's an issue with it, we just go back to the guys that work for us, and we talk to them, we resolve it, we fix it. And the price, we can control the price. And all of you have seen that throughout the world, is that we control the price of our product fairly well. There's other things that we can't control, but you'll see that. And that's why it's so important for us to own the plant and product to you. So when you go out and explain a little bit more about Forever, a little bit more about what you do, what you're involved in, don't forget to tell that story. Don't forget to say that actually I've seen with my own eyes where this product is made. This isn't some product we bought from a third party, stuck a label on it and says, we think, we hope, this might be a good product. You can say, no, actually, this is a great product because I've seen it. If you have any questions on that, speak to your upline, speak to Cynthia and her team, and they'll tell you all that we know about the product, because it matters to us that you have what you need to be successful in Forever. What a great opportunity we have tonight. It's really interesting that how these things come together, and here we are in Phoenix, Arizona, and you're going to have 2 presentations tonight by 2 of the top ladies in our industry. Not in our business, not in Forever Living, but in our industry. Now, respected and sought after these speakers, that recently there was a training up in Las Vegas. Do you guys hear about the GoPro training? Yeah? You heard about that? One of the speakers you'll have tonight spoke at that training in front of 15,000 people, and the minimum ticket price was about $500. So you think about somebody outside of Forever is willing to pay $500 to listen to these ladies speak. And here you are sitting in Phoenix and you have it. Now, because you didn't necessarily pay for it, still value it. Now, how are you going to value it? The best way that you can value the information you get tonight is you write it down. Because as smart as you think you are, you're going to forget. You're going to forget about 80%, if not 90% of what's said. You'll remember what you write down, so please be patient, write some things down, and you can, even if you adopt about 20% of what these ladies teach you, it's going to make a revolutionary change in your business. A risk and step into a new business, which was ours, multi-level marketing for Forever Living products. I want you to try in your mind to do the same thing as she did. Today is your 2014. So when you listen to her talk, I want you to pretend that you're making a step into your new life, your new direction, your new ideas, your new work ethic, your new way of working. Because we can revolutionize and change what's happening here in Forever US, just by the amount of people in this room. So she decided she was going to make a difference. In that period of time, since 2014, she's built a business that earned her a $500,000 profit share, chairman's bonus check last year. Who would like a $500,000 check? Just one check. Yeah? I want you to think for a moment what you would do with $500,000. The first thing, let me tell you, pay your taxes.
Yes.
Right? Sean, that's important, right? Pay your taxes, trust me. Then when you think about what you do, so if you want to be where she is, you've got to learn how she got there, right? So make sure you're taking these notes. So she decided to make this change, and then, this is the key, this is a secret sauce, this is a secret ingredient, she worked her heart out. She sacrificed everything she had and worked hard and hard and harder than you can possibly imagine. And she built this global business. Yes, she is a mother. She has a beautiful little boy called Will. And it's not, so she understands truly what you young mums are going through as well. So I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to introduce you to the very unique, the very special Emma Cooper.
Sit down. We've got a lot of work to do together over the next hour. Hold on. Okay, so thank you very much for having me in your beautiful, beautiful country. I've already decided I'm coming back. I love it that much. So watch out. You want to start building your teams now, because otherwise I'm taking them all for me. What I've been completely overwhelmed with is how welcoming everyone is here. And I'm not talking about forever business owners, because we're like that anyway, right? But I've been completely overwhelmed by the nature of the people that live here. So while you're here, talk to everybody. I'm going to take you through my journey over the last 3 years, but I'm going to be really, really, really honest with you. Because from the lots of different conversations I've had, from the friendships I already have in the States with lots of different business owners, mainly through Facebook actually, but now face to face, what I've realized is that you can be quite fluffy in the nicest possible way. So I'm not going to do any fluffiness today. I'm going to be really, really honest with you and tell you exactly what it took, because who's here, and I'm all serious now, like who is prepared to put the work in for it? There's only a couple then. They're like, no, I just want it to be really easy. Well, it's not going to be. If you want really big stuff within your business, you're going to have to take some big action. But I'm going to show you today and explain to you like what that big action looks like, because although at the beginning of my journey it was like a mass of activity, I learned really quickly, but I put it into action. So there's no point sitting here today, writing all your notes, going away and making no changes. You know, there will be some changes to make. You'll pick up some tips, some ideas of strategies that you can put into your business and think, yeah, I should have thought of that, or that's good, I never heard that one before, but make sure you go away and you action it. Most people won't. Be the ones who do. So, I'm going to take you through how I've used the 4 core principles throughout my entire journey. And being quite honest with you, as Aidan said, I had no experience in network marketing. If I'm honest, I didn't know that that's what I was doing for the first 5 months. I had no idea that other people, there were other companies that, you know, people were already doing forever. I thought like, well, everyone who finds out about what I'm doing will obviously say yes and want to do the same. Why wouldn't they? I bet you've never had anyone say no to you. I know, I was in for a shock. But all parts of the 4 core principles are exactly what I did implement into my business before I even realized that that's what I was doing. So actually, you don't have to understand all this before you really get started. You can get started, and when you're doing it well, because you attend the trainings, you're listening, you're putting those into your business, it works. You don't necessarily have to understand it. The great thing about our business, our industry that we're in, is we learn as we earn. You can't learn it all up front and then go and build a business, because the reality is by the time you've done that, you'll be so confused that you won't know what to do first. So you've got to start with doing the basics. So there are two sides to our business. Even though we're going to talk about 4 cores, simply put, 2 sides. We've got retailing and we've got recruitment. Yeah? Would you agree? Okay. If you are just retailing and you are not recruiting, you will not have a very successful or stable business. If you are just recruiting and you are not retailing, you will not have a successful business. You've got to find the balance. We've got to be consistently offering our products and consistently offering the business opportunity. Now, it doesn't take a genius to realize that. Yet, some people don't do it. They'll do one side really well and not balance out on the other side, and we have to do both. Now, for me, if you understand the business properly, you'll realize it's so exciting. How could you not tell anybody? I'm not scared of anybody saying no to me. I have to have no's. You get resilient at hearing no. If I said to you now, everybody that you ask to join your business, from now on will say yes to you. Wouldn't that be so nice? It'd be good for your ego, it'd be rubbish for business. Everyone says yes. We all leave here now and we say, join my business, yes, join my business, yes, join my business. Brilliant. I've got a great team. They've got nobody to retail the products to. So we've got to have some people who say no. Do you agree? It's logical. You've got to have people who say no. But if you don't ask, you'll never know. See, if you completely write that off because you just can't take the no's, you need the no's. But you've got to be doing enough. So you've got to know what you're talking about. I am never, ever, ever going to say yes to joining your opportunity unless you can explain to me in a down-to-earth, confident, passionate, excited way what it is that you're doing. What I mean by that is how you're getting paid. The background of our company, flawless. Who wouldn't want to do it? The history of our company, flawless. Who wouldn't want to do it? It's perfect. Unless you understand why our marketing plan is so much better than anybody else's, and unless you can explain simply how it is that we build a business, how our marketing plan works, how you get paid, you're not going to build a business. So you can be really honest with yourself right now. If I asked you to sit with me right now and do a one-to-one to show me how the business works, and all you have is a serviette, napkin, so American already, a napkin and a pen, could you do it? Could you show me, honestly? And could I ask you any question about marketing plan? Well, so can I earn more money than you because you introduced me? How does that work? Can you explain it? Can you show them physically how that works? Because you've got to be able to. So yes, it's some technical learning at the beginning, but it's worth it because the first day that I started my business, before I got my box, when I registered, I watched the online business presentation, the ones that you can find on YouTube if you just Google, if you just YouTube Forever Living Products. I watched it over and over and over again, and honestly, I still was none the wiser how the marketing plan worked. I didn't get it. Didn't understand it. Didn't understand the percentages. Didn't understand the team leading bonus. I just learned it off by heart. In doing that, I was then able to confidently say, let me show you how it works. And I was so excited about it, not overwhelmingly excited. People like, oh, I'm so excited, let me show you my business, you're going to be amazing at this, we're going to get really rich. That's rubbish. But I'm confident, let me show you what I do, because I think there'll be a great benefit in me helping you build a business. Not, you should join my team. So bad when you say that. So bad. Is let me help you build a business. I'm confident that I can help you build a business alongside this fantastic company. And if you let me show you how we're going to do that together, I think you'll be really excited. See the difference? There's a confidence behind it, not an arrogance, but a confidence, a quiet, calm confidence that I can help you to build a business to any level that you want, even bigger than me. I know how to do that because I understand the full core, and I'm prepared to go to work. That's the difference. Learn the presentation. Learn how to explain our marketing plan. Learn the history of Forever. You're in the States, and this, if Rolf's here, no offense to you, but the number one distributor in this company, for me, should be in the USA. It's not logical, but it's not. It doesn't make sense. And you've got it's going to be me. It's going to be me. But it doesn't make sense. I've built a business in the UK which has 63 million, and Canada, which has 63 million population. What's your population? 330 million? I know, I've been researching, I'm coming. 300, yeah, like, not to Chicago. I'll clean up, you better hurry up, I'm telling you. So, on a logical, I mean, everything's logical with this business. The figures are there, the facts are there, it's all based on logic. So logically, no one here is working hard enough to get to that level. That's it. You're not doing anything wrong because you're fantastic at what you do. We just got to do some more of it. We've got to share more of our products and share more of our opportunity. That's it. I'm done. It is though, we just got to work a bit harder. There's no secrets. No secrets. In fact, in the US, from what I've seen, what head office do for you guys, the Forever North America channels, the trainings that you have, we don't get that. You're so lucky. But almost, could be that they do too much for you. One of those weeks, if one of those months you do 10 minutes less than that, you start back again. Day one of year one. Because you have consistency is that important. I've seen people come into my business who have way, way more potential than me. Way more potential. But hard work beats potential every single time. You could be the most natural networker. You could be the most knowledgeable network marketer. I wasn't. I have to really put some work in and I'm still learning. But I'll beat you hands down every single time with the amount that I am prepared to work. And you can do it. You don't have to be the best natural networker. You might be uncomfortable speaking to people. So was I. I just learned some new skills. But if you are prepared to work, you have your hands on an absolute gold mine. Because hard work beats natural potential every single day of the week. So if you're prepared to find your constant, if you're prepared to stick to that, 5 years. There's a great example for network marketing, and it's obviously not exact, but it kind of proves the point. It's a good analogy. So I'm going to offer you all a job, and these are the conditions of my job. So I want you to work for me for the next 2 years. 2 years, I'm not going to pay you a penny though. But all I want you to do is offer the business opportunity to 2 people every single day. You miss a day, you miss one person one day, I won't pay you. But if you do that for 2 years straight, for the rest of your life, I'll pay you £100,000 a year. Would you take me up on my job? Yeah. That's all you've got to do. I'll put my life on it that every single day since you started your business, you haven't minimum offered 2 people a day. You haven't, because that is consistency, and with consistency comes success. So I know everyone hasn't done that. I know. I put my mortgage on it, which isn't very much, thanks to Forever, but I put it on it. But that is the actual reality of building a business, that consistency. Because the more, even if you just say, do you want to join my business? No. Okay, the next day you might get a little bit better at asking. You'll get better. You've just got to start doing it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. You've got to know the basics, and the basics of our business are really basic. There's really nothing fancy about building a really strong, stable and secure business. Nothing fancy about it. It's actually quite ugly if it happens quickly, because it means it's a lot of hard work. But it's all about basics. Basics of being able to recruit, basics of being able to retail, basics of being able to retain, basics of being able to help develop people. And by you learning it, you'll be able to do all of those things. But you've got to be doing it yourself. No one in your team is going to do it unless you are doing it. And even if they are doing it, because you've found some great leaders, if you don't continue to do the basics, it won't last. So you've got to do the basics, you've got to learn them, you've got to know exactly what it is you're talking about. We're in the business of network marketing. You've got to have a network and you've got to market to it. Simple. We market the products, we market the business opportunity. But you've got to have a network and you've got to be consistently building that network. Make 2 new friends a day. It's not that hard. Since I've been here 3 days ago, I've made 23 new friends. It's not that hard. You've got to be doing it consistently. So how are we going to build our networks? Well, it all starts, as you know, with doing the basics. I'm going to talk about the Who Do You Know list, and Jane is going to take us through the first steps to manager extensively. And I want you to really pay attention to that, because that's all I've followed in my business, as well as looking at these 4 areas. All I've done is implemented the basics through it. How are you going to build a network? Well, it's simple. You go out and you speak to people. You make new friends. While you're having a meal in a restaurant, when you are washing your hands in the restroom, when you are dropping the kids off at school, when you're picking them up, when you go into a club, when you go into the gym, everywhere that you go, there are always people around. Who's noticed the other conferences that are going on in this venue? Anyone notice what they are? Leadership. I was like, women in leadership. I'm like, oh, this is just brilliant. It's perfect. You should be noticing those things and taking advantage of that, of making friends. I knew that was the conference, I knew that was the lanyard, but when I'm sat eating my dinner, the first night I get home, I'm like, oh, come here, what are these? I knew exactly what those lanyards were for, but it's just the start of a conversation. Oh, what's this? What are you doing here? Are you from Arizona? No. Oh, where are you from? Just be interested in people. Jan Rose says there's a wonderful line in a training that really kind of gripped me, and I thought that's so true. And it said, be interested and be interesting. And at first I thought, what does she mean by that? Because I was working so hard that I wasn't actually balancing very well in the first 2 years. I've got a perfect balance now. And I get to have fun, I get to enjoy. So I'm more interesting now than when I was just head down in my business for 2 years. I was still pretty interesting. And I have my police background, but when that starts to get further into the distance, what have you got to talk about? So find some things that you're interested in. Be interested in other people. If you find somebody you're thinking, gosh, I'm talking a lot. 4-letter word, wait. Why am I talking? The emphasis always has to be on the person that you're talking to. Ask them questions. Be interested in them. What are you doing here? What type of trip are you on? Who have you come with? Do you have a family? Have you got kids? Have you had to sort out childcare? Have you had to leave them behind? Have you always lived in Chicago? What is it that you do there? What does your partner do? What's the weather like there? There's so many just natural conversations that you can have, but you need to ask questions. There's a really great book. It's called Questions Are the Answer by Alan Pease. It's a fantastic book. And if you're not comfortable with having conversations, then start with just asking questions. Because by the time they're answering, you're thinking about your next question while you're taking what they're saying. I want you to think of the conversations that you have like a tennis match. The whole idea of a tennis match is to start a rally, right? You're going to go back and forth, back and forth. That's a conversation. If you say to somebody, you're having a conversation with them, and then you just send them some information, you don't ask them any questions, you don't keep them in that rally, then what you're doing is kind of knocking the ball out of the park. So if you're just barking at somebody, telling them about your opportunity constantly, What you're really doing is you're just knocking that ball out of the park, and then what have you got to do again to start it? You've got to serve up so much more energy, right? So with your conversations, you want to think about them like a tennis match. Just nice and gentle. When you're sending them information, you're asking them more questions. Because the more you draw from them, the more you know about them, the stronger you will build that relationship. And we are in the business of building relationships, building friendships. That is actually all that it is. When you build friendships, and those people are the people that you start to help build a business, you have got a solid business for life. Because you'll build a great team spirit, you are genuinely wanting to help them build something for their families, so there's a bit of kind of love involved with it as well. And that's really when you build a solid foundation. When something new and shiny comes along, they don't go anywhere. You're their friend, they're loyal, they're with you. They're building their business and you're helping them, stood by their side. So what I want you to consider, all the people that joined our business that don't do it anymore, and they sponsored some people and said, come on, let me show you how to build a business. And they just left them. You've got to be in it for the long haul. You've got to be in it to learn some new skills and to put those skills into practice. And while you're doing it, you'll earn really great money if you're doing the basics consistently. You can build your network by talking to people naturally, putting posters up, giving out leaflets, going to networking groups. These are all things that I still do in my business. And when I come and live here for a few months, these are the basics that I will start to do. And when the guy said, you're going to come, what do you need? Can we help you in any way? I'm like, no. What do I need? I need this. I need these to get me around. I have a home. They can come and sit in my home and learn how to do the business. I can do business presentations there. I don't need anything. You could send me off to any country and I can build a network there because all I need is me. I mean, it's great that they do so much and we have all these fancy posters and leaflets and other, that is just an added bonus. We're just very lucky to be working alongside a company that's that generous to us, but you don't need it. I only just got business cards 2 weeks ago. You have a business card. I don't need one. I connect with them by getting a number, getting them added on my Facebook. That's how I will connect with people. I don't need a business card. In fact, Sean got me them because he just thought it was a nice thing to do. But I don't need them. I would never, ever, ever give out a business card and walk away. Never. You need to connect in some way. You either need their telephone number, their email address, some way of getting back in touch with them. Otherwise, you may as well have just gone like that. You have to make an impression. Five new people a day will bring financial freedom your way. 5. Power of 5? Power of 5. 5 people a day. That's what I did. I added 5 new people a day to my Who Do You Know list. Not any other way other than speaking to people face to face. That is it. That's how I recruit. Recruiting is easy. Tell yourself, recruiting is easy. Recruiting is easy. I say to myself every day, I don't know what to do with all the people that want to join my team. I don't know how I cope with all these people that want to join my team. That's not actually the case. But I tell myself that. I am a recruiting machine. I'm a recruiting machine. I'm a sponsoring machine. If you're telling yourself all the time, I find it hard to sponsor, nobody wants to join my team, dittos. It's because you didn't actually do enough work. That is it. It's a numbers game. Learn the presentation, and then you can get through the numbers because you know that the people you're speaking to, you're not burning out your list by doing it wrong. You are confident with what it is that you're going to offer them. And it's really important that you know how to explain it because actually the statistics of a presentation are that 55% of it is body language, 38% of it is tone, how you say it, and only 7% is the words that you say. I thought, am I that silly? I'm not interested in actually what they're saying, but how they're presenting it. But that's the facts. So if you know what you're saying, you don't have to worry about it. You can focus on the other stuff that actually is really important when you are presenting your business opportunity. So if you know what you're saying, you know how the marketing plan works, there's no question that you cannot answer, you are super confident that you can help this person should they be willing to work, build a business, then all you have to be concerned about is how you say it and your body language. That's it. It's quite simple. You learn the basics, of course. So when I first started my business, I was told that if you work in the business part-time, you would speak to 2 to 5 people per day. And if you were working the business full-time, you would speak to 5 to 10 people. I was in a rush. I wanted to get to the manager position, and I wanted to do it within 10 weeks before my son was born. So I thought, well, I was working full-time, I was heavily pregnant, but I thought, well, I can find a couple of hours in the morning and quite a few hours at night where I can build my business. That's what I did. Over 21 days, I spoke to 380 people and offered them the business opportunity. How many do you think of those 380 in those 21 days joined my team?
500.
100? I wish. One person. Now, what would happen to most people is they would get to 100. You probably all got team members like this. Of course, not you, I'm sure. But where they go, oh, I've spoken to everyone. They're not interested. They heard about it. Okay, how many people have you spoken to? 30? Like, go away. 30 people? Crikey! 380 people in 21 days and one person joined my business. But in those 21 days, I was speaking to 5 new people every single day. The Who Do You Know list is a constant working document. It's not something you write and then that's it. It's a working document. I was adding to it consistently, and I was offering the business consistently with the backup that I knew my stuff. I was confident. I had joined the very, very best company. Nobody can tell me any different. I know. I'm not stupid. I'm quite savvy. I'm a little bit ditzy, but I know my stuff. I did my research. I investigated it like it was a police. Obviously, I didn't realize it was network marketing, but apart from that bit. No, I was confident with the company, and no, I'm unshakable. I am a rock in this company. I'm going nowhere. I know the marketing plan. I can tell anyone how to build a business with us. You have to be the rock. You have to be the rock. Because if someone is coming to you for you to help them build a business, and you're saying to someone, I can help you build a business, you should join and let me help you. Okay, are you going to go? Do you have the knowledge? Do you have the skills? Are you prepared to learn? Are you coachable? Do you go to the relevant trainings? Are you consistent? Are you there? Are you the rock in the company that they know that you are always going to be there? There are people that have joined my team and surprising. I think they go to new distributor land. I think it must be beautiful there because they join, they buy their box, I never see them again. They block me on Facebook or they block me as a contact and I'm like, where is this new distributor land? I'm sure I'm on a holiday there because it must be gorgeous. And they just disappear. Anyone have people like that? Just me, I bet. Exactly. But what I see when they unblock me, when they come back a couple of years down the line, that has happened. And when they come back and they say, do you know what, I'm going through this at work, or this happened, and you were really nice, and so would you be able to, of course I can help you. I'm there waiting with open arms. Because timing is everything. Never get frustrated with your team. Be patient. Be really kind with people. I promise you, karma always comes round. I've been paid, time and time again. I've been paid back for being patient with people. It takes time, and we all start our journeys at very different stages within our lives, within our self-development journeys. And you have to be patient with people. Even if you want to build a business quickly, do it with kindness. Come from the right place. Because I promise, when you see one of your team walking across the stage, collecting a check, being recognized, that is a feeling like no other. And when you get that, you want to do it more and more. And being patient with people and realizing that everybody's journey is different. Because can you imagine if I had been one of those people that got frustrated? My team aren't doing anything. That, well, you're not actually doing anything. You're taking time being frustrated, wanting other people to work. Why don't you get your butt into gear and go and do it yourself? And the chances are your team will watch that, be inspired by what you're achieving, and go and do it for themselves. And you're there to help them. See, that's it. You've got to show them the way, not just assume that people will start and do these amazing things. You've got to set the pace. You've got to show them what's possible. So, if you've contacted 50 people, no one said yes, so you got scared and be like, I'm just going to retail. It's just what I want to do. It's not, it's because you're scared. Let's be honest. So go to work, do some work on you, do some self-development. Because within Forever, it's great to network within as well as network without, and you'll find that everyone believes in each other. Because if I can do it, you can do it. I'm nothing special. I'm a little bit special, but not in like not in a good way. It's just about doing enough work. That's it. Work, 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 and because it pays off. So, we talk about pipeline. Does everyone within your teams, do you talk about a pipeline? Every planning meeting pipeline, yeah? Do I have to explain it? No?
Yeah.
You want me to explain? Okay. So a pipeline is the people that you are talking to about the business, the people that you have offered the business opportunity to. This is, for people in my team who want to build a team, this is the first thing that I talk about in every single planning meeting. Because this is what is going to feed your business. If you're not sponsoring consistently, it's because you're not filling your pipeline enough. I'll share this with the guys who can show it to you maybe on your Forever North America webinar. I'll explain it because obviously some people don't get it and it's really important. This is the thing that I focus on every single day in my business. My 5 in retail is done. I don't have to ever worry about doing my 4 case credits. My 5 is done. I can focus on pipeline. Pipeline is about the amount of people you're offering to take a look at your business opportunity. But people get confused and think, well, I offered it to loads of people. I've had loads of phone calls with people. If you use the short links that, like Aidan did a link and I've done my own link and maybe some of your leaders have done. If you're using those links, it's not how many people have seen the first exposure. Your pipeline is how many people say yes to seeing the business presentation. So either going to a presentation, seeing a recorded presentation if that's how you do it, having a one-to-one and sitting down with you, that is pipeline. But of course you've got to be offering enough people to get to that stage. If you're not filling the top, they're not going to drop down and eventually out to the bottom of your funnel because they said yes and they're joining your team. So, a healthy pipeline is 35 people at any one time. That's a really, really healthy pipeline. This is 35 people that have said yes to having a look at your business opportunity, but are still in conversation with you over the last 6 to 8 weeks. So if I say to you, how many people are in your pipeline? And you say, 60 people have wanted one-to-ones, or 60 people over the last 2 years have seen the business presentation. That's not your pipeline. Because if you told me that, I wouldn't be able to comprehend how you're not sponsoring. There's something going wrong. And it's because you still have to be in the rally. You still have to be in conversation with them over the last 6 to 8 weeks. That is your pipeline. So go away, have a look. How many people have I offered the business to? How many people have said yes to see the business presentation? That's your pipeline. If you're still in conversation with them in the last 6 to 8 weeks, that's your pipeline. And when that is at the number of 35 and above, you will always be sponsoring 3 to 5 people a month. And put my life on it. It's a numbers game. It works. If you know how to explain it, if you're doing it right, it works. I know anybody can come to me and say, Emma, I'm doing it all, I'm doing what we taught, I'm doing what they've taught in the trainings, it's just not working. And I can be as blunt, and I am. You can ask my team, I'm like, nonsense. It works for everybody. It works for absolutely everybody if you are doing the right amount. Everybody. And I can say, show me what you're doing. Okay, that's where you're going wrong. I can point it out, because there is a science to it. It's not just, oh, she's got a good personality. Oh, she's friendly. Oh, she's really good at maths. Or she looks nice. There's nonsense. It's nothing about those things. It's about learning the business and speaking to enough people about it. Of course, you'll pick up some other skills then about, how to motivate a team, how to, train, how to become a better speaker. Those are things that come down the line, but that's not what's required to build a business. Building a business is just consistent hard work as you go, and it happens for everybody. There's something going wrong if you've got big numbers and it's not happening. You're doing something, there's something that just needs to be tweaked, because there is a science to it. So when I did that, when I got my business, my pipeline was always 35 plus at any one time. My business built massively. We had, I think, over 10,000 within our team within the first 18 months, a couple of years. That is only because recruiting consistently, retaining them, productivity, we're moving products, and then we're developing as people as we do it. It's our four core, it's really simple. So that's what happens. It is a numbers game, as we've already said, but then, of course, to get success, we need to do these things. We have to support our new team members. It is not okay to just let someone get started and find their own way. We all right for time, Nick?
20 minutes.
Oh, wait, ages. Understanding. Be understanding with your team members. I'm not saying you have to be a counsellor. I'm not a counsellor. What I'm saying is just understand that everyone has a different journey. Everyone will do it at their own pace, but you're going to be there. So if one of your team members wants to crawl, you're going to crawl with them. If they want to sprint, you're going to sprint with them. If they want to fly and do loads more than what you did, fly with them. But be understanding that this is a people business, and you've got to understand people. And you've got to be empathetic with people. You don't have to be a counsellor. You don't have to spend an hour on the phone while somebody tells you their life story of woes. You don't have to do that. But just, appreciate that everybody is different. We all build our businesses in different ways, I guess, with different challenges. And that's fine. But just understand it, consider it. Consideration, care. You are there to look after your team members, not smother them. You don't have to be contacting them every day. Hey, how is it going? Did you speak to your 2 people today? I don't do that. I never bother them. They know I'm here. If I don't hear from them for a little bit, I'll just check in and say, how's things going with you? But you don't need to smother people. If you are doing enough of the right activity, you won't have time to do that anyway. So don't ever focus on the people that you bring in, because you want to get them going, you want them to do. If you are doing the activity and you're showing them what it is that you're doing, they'll follow you. You don't have to sit on your team and and hoping that if I just sit on them, they'll hatch and they'll just be these amazing business owners. They won't. You have got to show them what's possible by consistently sponsoring, by consistently moving product. Show them what it is that they have to do. Don't just tell them. Enthusiasm. You've got to be enthusiastic. You are the leader of your team. I don't care if you have got 2 weeks in the business and you haven't got a team member yet. You're still, the activity that you're doing is building leadership skills. Because when you get your first team member, you need to know what it is that you're doing. So by doing it as a start, you're starting to work towards that. And if you do enough activity, you'll build a massive team to lead really well. But even when you do that, you still do the basics. I still do exactly what I'm talking to you about. I am proud to open up my foreverliving.com and show any one of you the case credits that I do personally. Every single person that joins my team, I say to them, remember I told you about the 4 case credits? This is foreverliving.com. This is where you will track yours. You see here where I told you about doing the minimum of 4? You see what I do? And then you see 13 case credits, 12 case credits, 10 case credits, 8 case credits, 23 case credits if we have a crazy month. See, I can show them. When you said 4? When I said 4 was the minimum and you, 4 case credits? Look what I do. And they know I do that whilst I build my business consistently. I help the leaders within my team and help as many people as I can. So if I can do it with all those responsibilities, they know that they can do it. But I'm proud to show, look what I do. Look what I do. I can show any of the managers in my team, any new team member, this is what I do, because I'm really proud of it. It's never about doing a minimum. It's always about trying to be the best that you can be in every single area of your business as well as life. What will happen is you will then get the success that you're looking for, and whatever that might be. It might be that you want to get to assistant manager, it might be that you want to get to manager, it might be that you want to get to diamond, double diamond, whatever that means for you. If you just take these things into consideration, if you're just doing the basics alongside this, you'll build a really, really great business coming from the right place, and they'll stay with you. That's what you want. So you want to be a great leader, a great friend, a great mentor, you know, and you'd say, what's she saying? She's a brilliant leader, coming from the right place. And I thought, if I just copy that, I'll be good. And it becomes natural. And that's just, you know, you inherit then those qualities as well. And that's all I did. So just follow the leader. It doesn't have to be who sponsored you. I was really lucky with Jules, but, you know, it doesn't have to be that person. It could be somebody that you look up to. Be like them. Follow the leader. All about duplication, because when we did that, we built the most incredible team spirit. You'll see the Eagles flags, so you'll see us getting together all the time, you'll see the recognition that we have in our team, and quite honestly, I could say I haven't seen it anywhere else. You really focus on recognition and everything else will take care of itself. You recognize your team, you look after them, you make friendships, and everything else will be fine. You've got to speak to enough people to do that with, though, to build a really great business, but it's there. And I can honestly say that wherever you go in the world where my team are, you will know that they are there, because they're super proud to be a part of Eagles. Eagles isn't my team. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's such losers. Right on cue, well done. So, see, and then you can call them losers and they don't get slightly offended. However, you will see them wherever you go. If they're there, you will see them. They'll be the nicest people in the room that will help you, that will say, oh, come with us, come to our meeting, because they understand that, you know, helping as many people as you can, inside and outside your team, working cross-line, just being genuinely good people. Good things happen to good people. So be those people. You be those people. If you haven't got anybody, you know, if you haven't even got a sponsor, there's loads of people like, oh, my sponsor left. Okay, you be that person. You start it. Somebody has to. So then we look at if you're retaining your team because you've got this great team spirit going, they know that you're the rock, then what about productivity? None of us would have a business if we didn't have good productivity. Productivity is just the movement of products. And that is so important. So important. I want to say, though, from the people that I've spoken to that are, you know, building your business in the US at the moment, you do things kind of different to how we do it. Because I'm so confident in the product, you could say to me, go out and retail 25 case credits tomorrow. I mean, all right, it's hard work. I wouldn't particularly want to do it because it's hard work, but I could do it. Those products sell themselves. I think from going on your tours today, you know, they sell themselves. The product is always going to be moving, whether you're in this business or not. People will be using the products. We have got the best products. So with that knowledge, the people that I've spoken to here lead with the products and follow with the business. And we do it kind of the other way around. So I will lead with the business, offer the business opportunity. If it isn't for them, I know 100% the products will be. So maybe, I'm not saying don't focus on productivity, because if you haven't got that, you haven't got a business. So you need that, but you've got it. Like, we've got the most amazing products. If you're speaking to enough people, you naturally will retail products. But maybe change your thinking a little bit in terms of business. People don't have to fall in love with the product first before they will look at your business opportunity, actually. I didn't. Once I got that box, though, I was getting discounted products. I knew that if I didn't like those products, I could not do this business. No way. I couldn't do it. I'm a really honest person, straight down the line, very black and white. What you see is what you get. So in that respect, I could not offer someone a product that I didn't believe in. But once I got that box, I was sold on the business. If the products matched up to the business, I was in. That was it. I'm done. There's my career for life. Because I was willing to work and I knew that. But we have the confidence in the products. You guys have that. So maybe start to think about the business side of it. Why wouldn't someone want a business opportunity? They would. They might not all want it right now. So it might be a no for now, but at some point, if circumstances change, as Jan says, which they will, they always change, you know, it might be for them at a different time. But in the meantime, they can be your customer. Productivity is super important. If you can learn how to do 5cc in retail, so that it's so easy, it's just done, first 10 days of the month, done. I've never, ever, ever, you can check the systems, I've never, ever done my 4 case credits after the first, I would say 7 days. I don't think I've even ever done it. It only takes me 7 days. Only 7 days. Because you master it, you build your customer base, you look after them, it's done. Then it gives me time to build my team, to offer the business opportunity. And if they say no, I follow with the products. Simple. I get more customers, more productivity. And all we have to do is duplicate that. So maybe have a little think about changing your thinking. You know, not everyone, I don't care, and people say, oh yeah, but I live in, I don't know, wherever. I live in, I'll say Canada. I live in Canada. People like to see the products first. Really? You think the people where you live are different to everybody else? They're not. It's your thinking that's different to everybody else. So when we worked out that the power of 5 case credits was really important and we really recognized our team for it, this is how much product went through my business. Like £750,000, which is over $1 million. You can imagine what your bonus is. You're moving over $1 million worth of product. You can imagine what you're getting paid, can't you? It's good. It's really good. Master the 5. Master the 5 and master it so it's done. First 10 days away, build my business. Imagine getting 3 whole weeks to just think about building your team, where your focus is going. And imagine if that 5 is so simple that even when you're doing it, you're not really thinking about doing it or taking much time to do it. So you get it down so it's done, you can coach it, you can duplicate it, and you can build that throughout your team. I'm massively recognised for that. So, development. Now there's lots of different areas that we will develop within Forever. I know my biggest gratitude to Forever is how much it's helped me as a person. And I know that lots of people I've already come across and said, gosh, I remember watching you speak Singapore, or I can't remember, maybe Mexico, and you're so different now. I genuinely feel really different. Forever has helped me become comfortable in my own skin, even if there's a bit too much of it. I know that I'm comfortable, I've got the products for that. You know, I'm just comfortable, I'm confident in me, and yes, sometimes I think like, oh, am I good enough? Can I do it? Was it a fluke? Do I know what I'm talking about? Everybody has confidence issues. But if you always commit to working on yourself first and foremost, then you'll always be growing. If you are open to learning, not this like, oh, I've come from this other background, like I don't need to sit here and listen to this, or I don't need this. You know, if you are open and you're coachable and you're just really eager to learn, you'll always do well. You'll always be developing. Developing other people will then in turn come as a result. Because if you're doing all the other stuff, like the success that we talked about, you know, that you are understanding of people, that you're compassionate, that you're encouraging, that you're motivating, that you are basically just doing the basics consistently, you will naturally start to develop other people. And you know, what you want to do is develop people to be better than you. That's what you want to do. That's when I know I've made it with forever when I am helping people build businesses bigger than mine. So I'm not there yet, but I'm always developing so that I am able to do that. Embrace the training. Like I said, you've got to be willing to put it into action, but I mean learn and do. Learn and do. Learn and do. You don't have to learn, and then go and do. You've got to learn and do. Learn, put it into practice. Stop, like none of this, which I noticed with a lot of people, we're discussing about doing this like 5, 6, my team know. I was like, I'm going to do a VIP club for us Eagles. I'm like, 5cc, right, done. It's done. It's announced. We're doing it. It's in action. Don't, take so much time thinking about stuff. Oh, we need to plan. No. When you learn it, do it. I saw they did it in the Netherlands. I'm like, right, I'm going to do it. Yeah? So learn and then do straight away. And commit to being the best that you can be, because when you become the best that you can be, you can help other people develop in the same way. And when you have a team full of people who are eager and keen to develop themselves, they in turn will be developing other people. And that, in fact, will bring lots and lots of momentum into your team, so that you don't just have this, quick burst of, oh yeah, I was so excited for the training, I went away, I helped a load of people, I made a few supervisors, then nothing. You've got to be consistent. Are we getting that today? The message is consistency. It's no good going away doing 5 days solid work when you're absolutely exhausted and then stop it. And then 10 days later you start again, crazy work. You won't see the results. And that's when you will become frustrated. But if you find the constant, find your constant, you appreciate the 5, then you're consistent with that, you will build an incredible business. And when I come back here for this event next year, because after I've been this year, I'm like, I'm not missing this ever. I love it. When you come back, I'll be sat there learning from you. You showing us how you turned your business around in 2017 and how you built an incredibly safe, stable, secure business. Because actually, if you start to do these things, in the marketplace that you guys are in the USA, it's insane to me. You see, I'm a bit frustrated about the States now. So it's insane to me that we're not seeing more. You can double your sales this year simply if you just remain consistent, putting in the right activity over and over again, thinking about maybe leading with business, following the product, because you've got great customer bases. But be more confident about your opportunity. There's so many millions of people here in America that are just waiting for you to say, I have an opportunity which I think there might be something in it for you. I would love to share it with you. Okay. Think about it. They're out there. They're out there. There's loads of people like you waiting for someone to just be generous enough to offer them an opportunity, and you're going to be there to help them. Make that person you. So I look forward to seeing lots of you on this stage next year, telling us how you did it. Thank you.
Darling, just make a stand by my side. Run down the world, run down the world, now darling, so don't let go. I got something to